Welcome to 0 to 60 Motoring for another car episode. In 0 to 60 Motoring, we seek to give you car advice and biased information to make your car ownership and purchase journey easy. Today I want to review the LEXUS L570. These are 2016 LEXUS L570. It basically sits at the same table with cars like the BMW X7, the Nissan Patrol Y62, the Mercedes-Benz GLS, actually all the big cars. Now, these are full-size SUV and it targets maybe, let's say, the high-end clientele.
The LEXUS LX570 made its debut back in 2007 and it's built on the LandCruiser 200 series platform. I could say it looks better, and actually it wears more makeup than the LC200 LandCruiser. But this one is built for, let me say, it's a luxury version of the LandCruiser 200 series. That is why it has more accessories and it's appealing aesthetically. They have a similar mechanical DNA in some setups, but this one is more of a luxury version.
Now, the LEXUS LX570 is a massive or a big car because this car actually is 1.8 meters high and the width is almost 2 meters. That's why it's a full-size SUV. Now, it's bulky and from a looks perspective, it's something that is gonna bully other cars on the road, of course, if you like that. Starting with the wheels here, these are 21-inch alloy wheels and they look very big actually. If you want them big, of course, you can modify them for off-roading purposes and install bigger ones. Yeah.
On the face, the LEXUS LX570 comes with this massive grille with the LED headlights, of course, which have daytime running lamps as standard. Down here we have this massive lip. That's why I was saying this is a LandCruiser with more makeup. It has to look good, of course. This car comes with the kinetic dynamic suspension system, commonly abbreviated as a KDSS, basically for adjusting the height of the car. So when you are going on the road, you can lower it that way, and when you are off the road, you can still raise it. Basically, you adjust the car according to the terrain where you are, because this car is an off-road car which will take you into the forest and, most importantly, bring you back home.
Welcome to the cockpit of this LEXUS 570. Now, this is a full-size SUV which packs all the bells and whistles, of course, you expect a car to possess at this price point, and of course in the league where it plays. If I may start with the features on this center console, on the left side we have this KDSS function here. They have already demonstrated how it works. Then we have these H4 and low 4. Those are off-roading arsenals to keep to maintain low gears and high gears. Next to it we have these driving modes. We have comfort, normal, sports, and sports sharp, of course. Then slightly ahead we have these differential locks. Then we have this hill descent control button. Now, this car normally comes with heated seats, and the steering wheel here, of course, it has to be heated so that you make a difference between this car and other smaller cars. Now, up front here on the dashboard, as you can see, this car comes with the traditional, or let me say analog clock, of course, and then the sound system here is called the Mark and Levinson surround system. It's married to a 12-inch infotainment system. Yeah. On the driver's side here, I have these paddle shifters because this car is normally an automatic transmission. It doesn't come with a manual transmission, so you can use these paddle shifters if you want to simulate a manual transmission. Coming to the roof, we have this sunroof. This is one of the coolest features I normally like in a car. Yes, now when your favorite politician wants to address you, they'll open it and then they'll use it to address you. One of the coolest features. It's normally actually a standard feature in all LEXUS 570 cars. While the steering wheel is heated and cooled, of course, it's also electronically adjusted. You can just lots of adjustments that way to your place, and then you can save that under the memory settings so that next time when you hop into the car will be able to remember the position. Yeah. The LEXUS 570 comes with the electronically adjusted seats. Of course, they have you adjust them to your level, and then they are normally memory settings, and they have memory settings for 3. So if you are 3 people using this car, you can adjust your seat to the level of which you want, and then when you just hop into the car, you just press 1, 2, or 3, and then the seat will adjust itself to the level you want, and then the steering will also adjust itself to the position where you left it last time when you adjusted the settings. The LEXUS LX570 has acres of space, and the practicality in these SUV is not a problem, of course. The seats here are pretty comfortable. Basically, this is an expensive car. You expect that, and then you have these shades here for your privacy and to guard you from the scorching sun, of course. And then we have climate control settings from these middle seats, of course, for the passengers here. The seats here are heated, and you can adjust them to the level you want. Yeah. The rear passengers in the LEXUS 570 are well catered for when it comes to functionalities. Now, down here we have a 12-volt charging port, and then next to it we have these volume control buttons, and then we have auxiliary ports here, and then we have these HDMI. If someone seated behind here wants something to be displayed on these two infotainment screens which are on these headrests, they can be able to connect to that and then enjoy. Let's check the boot space of these LEXUS 570. Of course, while being a full-size SUV, you don't expect practicality to be an issue. Now, this is the amount of room you have when all the 8 seats are in position, because this car is an 8-seat, of course. But most people who are going to buy this car, most probably they are not going to utilize the 8 seats. So these seats can be lowered so that you get more room. You need to lower those headrests so that the seats can fit well that way, and then that's how you adjust them to the side. This is the amount of boot space you have when the 7 seats, the 8 seats are not in position, and you can see it's massive. So practicality is not an issue when it comes to the LEXUS 570. Acres of space. Actually, if you like, you can say it's more spacious than many bed sitters out there. Under the hood of this LEXUS LX570 2016 lives a 5.7 liter naturally aspirated petrol V8. This engine produces 383 brake horsepower and 540 Newton meters of torque. Of course, you need such amounts of power to move a car which weighs more than 2 tons. Now, that is one of the engine options. If you want a full-size LEXUS, of course, but you want diesel power, there is another variant which is normally called the LEXUS LX450D, which has a 4.5 liter turbo diesel. That 4.5 liter turbo diesel, it's the same engine you'll find in the LandCruiser LC200 series. Yeah. Now, these are 5.7 liter petrol V8 is married to an 8-speed automatic transmission, sending drive to all the 4 corners of this car, because this car is a full-time 4-wheel drive. Of course, being a serious off-roader, you need those amounts of power, and of course you need it to be a full-time 4-wheel drive. Something maybe I'll talk about this car. Now, when you have a 5.7 liter under the hood and the car weighs more than 2 tons, you are looking at fuel economy figures in the region of 6 kilometers to the liter. But a person who's buying the LEXUS LX570, most probably or definitely, fuel economy is not one of their priorities. The LEXUS LX570 price point hovers around 18 to 20 million Kenyan shillings. From that price point, of course, you can see it targets the high-end clientele. Running a 5.7 liter petrol V8, of course, is not going to be for the faint-hearted. That's why this car is normally a reserve, let me say, for those who have already made it in life, because it's not for the mainstream buyer. 5.7 liter petrol V8, and of course a 20 million price tag, it's not going to be for the common buyer, of course. LEXUS has the best reliability index, because actually LEXUS, because this car is built on the LC200 series, you can be sure this car is going to take you to the forest, and most importantly, bring you back home, because the 5.7 liter here is bulletproof. Yeah, so I think that's all you need to know about the LEXUS LX570 2016. Yeah, in case you have any other question regarding this car or cars generally, you can write to 0 to 60 Motoring and we'll address your questions and any queries within the shortest time possible. And if you want to purchase a car, whether it's new or local used, you can write or ring us, then we can take you through the process of purchasing a car. So let's catch up on the next review, guys. Bye.